presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hey, Robert, how you doing, man?
Yes, and thank you for taking my call. I wanted to let you know that I've been a subscriber for a couple of years, just different members of your team, and I really enjoy it. But really the reason I'm calling is to express my sincerest gratitude for you providing that information yesterday on the small business grant. I'm a small business owner and primary breadwinner for my family, and if I can get that money, it's going to really mean a lot to my family. So
that's awesome.
Thank you for taking the time to do that.
No, well, listen, man, we appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great week, folks. It's going to be a big one. We get the Fed coming in. That's going to be a good one. See where this baby's going. See where they are going to take these interest rate structures. No doubt about it. Don't make assumptions. Right. Learn to ask questions. It is always better to ask questions than make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you're as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to the question, you won't have to make the assumption because you'll know the truth. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 238, NASDAQ off 202, S&P's down 48. Gold contract down $7.90, trading at $19.37 an ounce. We got silver up 4 cents, $23.67 an ounce. Light sweet crude off $1.91, $77.77 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10-year note trading down 10 ticks, 114.09. The 30-year down 13 at 129.24. And King Dollar. King Dollar right now is trading up 349 ticks at 102.275. Euro is at 108. Yen is trading at 130.51, and the British pound is at 123 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, bottom line, you're backing down. The Fed's going to be coming out with a statement Wednesday, at 2 p.m., and then they will have a press conference at 2:30. So if we take a look at the SPY, you get 44 million shares. Well, first off, the SPY couldn't make it to its swing high. That says quite a bit. The swing high we're talking about is 410.49. That had volume of 123 million shares on Friday. We get up to 408.16 with 68. So see, 68 million going against 123. It's tired. Now, today what we're doing, we're backing down with light volume. And, bottom line, when you back down with light volume, that is basically a bullish setup. That being said, however, I suspect you're going to close. Well, let's go look at the S&Ps, the E-minis first. I suspect we're going to close at the lows. So you get a different ball game when you're closing at the lows. And we have till tomorrow to see if they can get any juice on the way down here. So if we take a look at this intraday right now, the low of the day, which has been 4035, has volume. So this is not finished on the way down. That's the bottom line. And I thought this would be interesting. This might be a monster ABC down. It is an ABC down. Okay, so what is this number? That's 4109. And that's... So you got a 69.A to B. That gets you to 4010. Yeah, we get an ABC down, man. You get an ABC down. So that's 4010 inside of the S&Ps. NDX 100. We take a look at the NDX 100. Bottom line, what the NDX did, finished off its ABC structure on the way up, failed on price and volume on Friday. Now, this is pulling back with 36 million, and we'll probably do about 46. So the volume's a little bit heavier in this one right here. We go to the NQs. We take a look at the NQs, the active contract right now, see where this baby is. Okay. So, yeah, so this, from this morning, this is a high volume low. So this, we're not done here either. So 11,982 is going to get challenged. We're only 10 points away from it again, but that's going to get challenged. Gold contract out here. You get a sideways move inside the gold contract. You do have light volume. We'll see how this baby holds up when the Fed comes out, or coming up to the Fed, because it looks to me like this dollar is really starting to bounce right now. GC, come on, baby. Here we go. Okay, so you get 131,000 contracts. I know we had much higher volume when we had highs, so let's just see what we're going into here. Whoa, hold it. I guess not. I see, because we're rolling. Well, let's see how this shakes out tomorrow. Because what you have here, because we did a roll too, with the volume always matters, but we did a roll. I know, 1 second, we go to the GLD. This is how you want to do it. We go to the GLD, we take a look at the GLD. Yeah, it's got light volume. You're pulling back with light volume. That's the bottom line. On Friday, what we did 6 million shares. You're only doing 3.5 million shares today. Let's get to the oil contract and take a look at oil, because what we do have is that if this dollar keeps moving, we'll see these commodities get hit. Yeah. So oil failed at the swing point, and you get volume out of this today. So we're going back down the other side of the consolidation. Oil loves trading in consolidations, man. You can trade it for long periods of time. The bottom of this consolidation is at $70.56. Right now, you're trading at $77.74. We look at some of the higher volume equities out here today. You get Tesla down $8.50. We have Carvana up $2.45, back from the dead. Apple's down $2.70. We have, let's see, Rivian's off $1.60. You get Facebook off $3.82. You get Alphabet off $2.37. We go into the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the strength versus the weakness inside the Dow Industrials. Point-wise, this is what we have out here. You have Goldman Sachs putting 33 positive points. American Express 14, IBM 6. Taken away from it. Johnson & Johnson's the big mover. That's a negative 44. You get Microsoft negative 36. Chevron's negative 35. And in Johnson & Johnson's case, folks, okay, they lost the case. They were trying to bankrupt one of their divisions because of 40,000 cases of cancer for maybe 400,000 cases. This is a monster ABC down. Blowing away the B point, has the volume behind the move. This thing's going lower. We go into the NDX 100. We take a look at the strength versus the weakness inside the NDX. O'Reilly Automotive is up 2.5%. We get Paychex up 1.6%. Heinz Kraft is up 1.1%. Taken away from it. Lucent Motors down 8.3%. Rivian 8.1%. Pinduoduo 6.9%. And JD 5.9%. You gotta love this market, man. Oh, you had all the electric vehicles going higher last week, folks. Now they're getting toasted and roasted. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. We have the Dow Industrials down 221. NASDAQ is off 207. S&P's off 46. We'll come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 240. Get the Nasdaq off 214. S&Ps are off 49. Let's go take a look at Amazon for a couple of the tigers out here. They're looking for a buy. So let's see what we got here. You got the low for the year, last 12 months rather, is 81. The high is 170. They're coming out with their numbers aftermarket on the 2nd. I love that. My grandson's birthday. That's right. National holiday, man. Let's get things straight around here. So, let's see what we have here. Okay. I'll put this on a monthly. The real question is that, see, because what this did, well, it hasn't got above it yet, right? Let's see. So we came back to a consolidation. It rejected lower price on a monthly with 1.5 billion shares versus 3. That's a good setup there, man. The top of this, though, is 101.20. Now let me put this on a weekly. You know, it's so really crazy, folks, okay? You've heard me say this a million times. Amazon is always hard to get into on pullbacks. I mean, it's just every single time, man. I just can't believe how hard it is. Meaning, the setups just never seem to be like too clean to me, but. Okay, so this took out, no, look at this. Okay, 1 second. This took out, this is a small ABC up, 98. It's probably a good one, actually. Yeah, so. It's a 17.8 to B, which is going to get you 106. Well, that's not enough to try to get into it right now. I'd let this play out. I'd let them come out with their numbers. That's what I'd do. Because the way the market is set up, folks, okay, at this point, my take is it wouldn't be worth jumping into that. That's the reality. We get over and we take a look at that dollar. That dollar hasn't moved yet, but you can see that the S&Ps, let me just pull this up again. Well, actually, let's go. I want to go to a couple of these chip stocks because, well, actually, NXPI is going to be coming out with their numbers after the close today. So the low is 132, the high is 211. They are going to be looking to bring 3.3 billion to the top line, $3.60 to the bottom line. We take a look at the market on this. Okay, so you're almost done 100% move for move, getting back to the top of the consolidation. So we got 13 million versus 11. Now that's telling me we're going to back down. On a weekly basis, this is coming up, getting into this, the $180.83. The month of December, we did 13.3 billion, and we're coming in with 11.4. Yeah. This one's lower price. We go to Micron. We take a look at Micron. What's ironic, folks, okay? Not ironic, but it just cracks me up that there's an article out today in the Bloomberg that, bottom line is that they can't believe that, the chip business is getting crushed again. And what I don't understand about the article, chips are a commodity, man, and it always happens. Ever since 1980, I remember chips going down. The reason I remember chips going down in 1980, and I wasn't in the trading business in 1980, I was in the bankrupt bond business, is because one of my friends got a job at Intel. And I remember it was and he was a professional hockey player, just finished his career, and it was great, and then it was terrible. And I just remember from that point on that, they're making okay, it's never going to be a commodity. It's a commodity, man. When you can just keep making things and making them, it's a commodity. So, when you take a look at Micron's down from 98, you're at 61, having the same type of problems coming into ICE. ICE and Micron is set up at 68. We made it up to 64, and then last week we made it up to 64 again. There's not much there. The price of chips are going to come down so dramatically, it's going to blow people's minds, folks, because bottom line is it's kind of just like what used to happen inside the oil business with drillers. They drill. They'd order drills, meaning I'm talking about deep water drills. By the time they would get them done, the oil run was over, and then they have to junk them all again. It's you talk about high risk, high reward. There's no doubt. You have both in it, okay? Let's go take a look. What just happened here, you can see the SPY's getting underneath those lows. So let's just go see if we got any volume on it. This market wants lower price, man. It made the run. You can expect that what's going to happen now is that we're going to get the rate increase. Yeah, you can see what happened here. And this is an ABC down, man. So what did I say? 4009, I believe that was the number. What does happen is that, okay, so the Fed, this is how we're set up for Wednesday, rather. The Fed is looking, right now, your rate is 4.25 to 4.5, right? If you remember, when they started this whole deal, they were saying flat out they thought they had to get it to 5%. Well, 5% would be 2 more hikes, right? And the first one, I suspect, is going to be Wednesday. And then the next one is March 22nd. And we're at 5. And the real question is going to be, how long are you there? The length that we're going to be at 5 is going to be the number. That's what it comes down to, because it's okay, yeah, you're only going up 0.5%. But what we did do, well, actually, let's put this up. This is cool to look at. Okay, let's see. I definitely want to see this. Because watch this. If I'm just going to take, let's see, I'm going to take the 10-year. Okay, so the 10-year right now is at 114. That failed to stay over 115.11. Your lowest swing is 111.68, which it very well can go after. Now, if we take a look at this, just going back, so 6 months, the low was 2.8, the high 4.7. Now let's watch this. This is just crazy. So if we went back a year, look at this, man. It's still, you can see how fast this acceleration went up, folks. If I go back 12 months from right now, 12 months ago, the 10 was at 1.15. And the high was 4.7. And right now, we're at 3 point. Where are you? Oops, wrong one. WB. We're at 3.37. So you're talking percentage-wise, that is a monster number. Dow Industrials right now down 260, Nasdaq's off 220, S&P's off 51. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 265. The Nasdaq's off 218. S&P's off 51. Let's go to our man John in Philly. John, what's going on? Congratulations, first off.
People are kind of charged up.
I bet they are. Yeah, there's no doubt. It's going to be a beauty, man.
It is quite something knowing that they won the Super Bowl 5 years ago. And that since that time, they've rebuilt, with a new head coach and a new quarterback and lots of new players, and are performing as well as they are. It's just a fun story to watch.
It is a fun story. It definitely is a fun story. Yeah, there's no doubt. So,
say, Tom, I wanted to ask you, please, about copper futures, the March contract. We haven't talked about this for a while. Just like your fresh eyes on this, what I will observe is that using your vocabulary, after peaking over 430, the copper futures have come down and defined 417 as ice. My question is, if sellers take charge and if we jump the creek lower, where do we go as you see it?
394. Most times what happens, yeah, I'm going to put the continuous one up here. What tends to happen, I'm sure you've seen this a million times, John, is that when we broke topside, you broke topside from that 396, right? You go up nice. In fact, let's just see. Let's just do this. It's probably a full ABC up, right? 396. What was that? So it's 66, which gets you, look at that. It gets you like 420, and we hit 424. We hit 435. So it did a full ABC up, right? And when they roll over like this, you can see this chart, folks. It's just rolling slightly. Most of the times it's going to go back to strength, and its real strength is that 393 area, right? Well, here, let me go back 1 second. HG, I'll put the volumes back on it. Okay, so then we put the volume on it here. Yeah. I mean, the good news here, John, is that, you still have a high volume spike at 435. So
right.
The cool thing here is that what happens, folks, so pitch this. It finished an ABC structure up. You're rolling sideways, yes, Friday and today, there's some volume, nothing heavy. But most times when you're rolling like this, it's not going to take much to get down to, 394, basically. And all I'm doing, I'm taking where it broke out from, John. That's what seems to happen.
Right.
Now, this is kind of cool, because you can go to SCCO and see how that's acting also. So it's the same number. Get a high. They're not selling that down, though. FCX. Both of these.
Now, Tom, and just as you're going through those equities, I'll just remark to you as I examine Freeport, FCX, BHP, Rio, RIO, and Valley, VALE. I see all of those extended and tired and prone to pulling back.
Yeah, and, they've had to run. And, it's going to be so intriguing here, John, right, is will the dollar make it off the low for a bounce? We can see what just happened. So what just happened in the marketplace, folks, from when I started the program to now, is that the dollar was a little bit higher. When I was saying the futures wanted to go a little bit lower, the dollar did go higher. Futures went lower. Now the dollar just gave up 50 ticks, and the futures basically grabbed back 4 or 5 points. So the correlation is so tight here. It's pretty amazing, actually. So
yeah, it is. Thanks a bunch, Tom. I appreciate your help.
Okay, go Philly.
You betcha.
And if you saw that game last night, folks, okay, it was a great game, and it's amazing how close all these teams are. And unfortunately, for Cincinnati, as well as the guy that pushed Mahomes out of bounds, it was a mistake that cost them the game, because what ended up happening, it ended up being a 45-yard field goal instead of a 60-yard field goal. And listen, the person might have still made it, but the reality is that it's amazing to me that these teams in the NFL are so close. I mean, these games are amazing. The spread, I had a bunch of my cousins over the house, and, they were all young kids, and they're all gambling on the game. And I was asking, the spread was 2. So it's amazing. The spread was 2. I think Cincinnati was the spread. So they basically, Mahomes and the crowd beat it. There's no doubt about that. So it's going to be quite a game, though. There's no doubt about that. Let's go over and take a look at, let's see, who else is coming up with numbers this afternoon? There's someone, how did I do this? 1 second. Oh, what's interesting here? Let's go look at SoFi. The reason, this is getting interesting here. So SoFi was up 71 cents. Now let's see what they had to say this morning. So, okay, so SoFi Technologies share jumped as much as 14% pre-market Monday after the company's full-year adjusted EBITDA forecast came in ahead of analysts' expectation. So, for the first quarter forecast, they see net revenue of $430 million to $440. The estimate is from $443. They say adjusted EBITDA 40 million to 45 million. The estimate was 49. The year forecast goes like this. The estimate was 1.9 billion. They figure 1.93 to 2. Nothing, no big deal there. Net revenue is 443 million. That's a 58% year-over-year estimate, which is really pretty intense. In fact, the estimate was only 423. 444. That's the growth of 58%. They lost 5 cents a share, and they thought the market was going to lose 15 cents a share. Now, let's go look at this, because there's a couple of different things going on here. I think technically this thing is setting up for a buy. But if you've seen all their ads, so if we take a look at this, whoops. Okay, so you did an ABC up right off the bat. So the B point here, let's see what this was. B point $6. A point, so it's $1.75 A to B. That would have got you, what is that, 7.25. And we hit $7. So this is a stock you want to keep your eye on, folks, okay? And we pull this back. And one of the main reasons is this. Well, technically, this thing is setting up. But what's also happened, if you've seen their new ads, this very well just really might start getting some big traction. The reason I'm saying that, so picture how this works, right? It's an online personal finance online bank, right? It has, you know, student loans, auto loans, mortgages, personal loans. They have been advertising like crazy, you know, well, they were actually on the games last night. And the structure, like what they were pushing was really like the CD market. And I can really see people just saying, hey, man, I'm going to throw 100,000 over there because all of us are so used to basically banking on our phones now. So what has happened, so picture what's happened. Even when you have, you know, legacy banks, right, the big banks, Wells Fargo, you know, Citigroup, it doesn't matter which one you have, okay? Bottom line, you got used to banking online with your phone, right? Putting it in, putting out. And they're paying a decent rate. I think they're going to start getting some traction. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. A prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 220, down 220. Nasdaq's off 203. S&Ps are off 46. This is so intriguing. You know, I was just talking about SoFi, folks, okay? So what just comes across the tape is that Fed funds borrowing leaps to new highs as banks scramble for cash. So check this out, man. This whole thing, you know, now that cash is an asset, folks, okay, you really got to start paying attention to it. So watch this. Trading in the key overnight funding market surged to the highest in 7 years as an indication the Federal Reserve tightening is putting increased pressure on liquidity in the banking system. Daily borrowing at the Fed funds rate rose to $120 billion January 27th, that'll be Friday night, right? Yeah, it'll be Friday night. According to data, New York Fed data published today, up from $113 billion in the previous session. This marked the highest level since 2016, when the central bank overhauled the publication of the data. Until recently, cash was abundant thanks to the massive monetary stimulus and fiscal measures unleashed during the pandemic. Now, and here, this is where this goes, as a combination of Fed rate hikes and quantitative tightening has led depositors, here you go, to shift into money market funds and other high-yielding alternatives. Banks are starting to turn to other sources to fund themselves. So picture what we're talking about. It's kind of like I was just saying that, hey, man, you know, send $100,000 over there to SoFi, whatever, you know, it's like, okay, you know, CDs, pretty easy, right? You hit your phone, you send it over. Because what's happened now, so picture this, and we've probably all done this, when the rates was zero, you know, bottom line is that, yeah, you kept it in your checking account, right? Well, now the bottom line is that you can get a 4.33, you know, in a lot of these CDs. So it's like, oh, okay, so what's happening, what this article is about, folks, is that we are taking money out of banks right now, either putting them in money market funds, putting them in CDs, putting them somewhere else. Now, though, I want to look at some of these banks, because when this first was coming on, meaning that we were first, bottom line, bringing rates up, the mantra would be that, okay, the banks have all the money, so on the spread, they're going to make dramatically amount of money. Well, what has happened here, what that is saying flat out, is that we are moving money around. And the banks are the ones that, you know, if they're selling a CD, that's fine. They're going to get that CD. But because there's so much competition for funding, they're going to start paying up for funds. So this is really intriguing, man, in itself. And it totally makes sense. I mean, I can see how this thing shakes out, man. Yeah. Yeah, 4.56 of the Navy Federal Credit Union. I mean, that's big money, man. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so let me see. We got a few stocks we want to look at. What are we looking at? Coop, C-O-O-P. C-O-O-P. This is a mortgage lender, I think. Let's see. Provides financial services company offers home loan services to single-family residents. Yeah, that's a nice one to shot. Okay, let's see what we got here. So the low's 35, the high's 52. They're going to be coming out on February 10th. Let me take a look at this. It's not too liquid, but that really doesn't make that much difference. Look at this. How did it even stay up this high? 1 second. Let me see this. Okay, revenue. They're looking to, so look at this. So last quarter they took in $510 million. This quarter they're taking in $377 million. Last quarter they made $1.55. This quarter 68 cents. What I don't understand is that how the stocks even stayed up this high. Let me see what the short interest is. So the short interest is 4.94%. Yeah, listen, man. I think it's a good short candidate. I think you're buying puts on it. I think that's what you're doing, right? Yeah, this is pretty amazing, actually, that this has actually stayed up this high. Because if that's all they are, is in the mortgage business for single families, let me just look at this. Okay, it's a leading servicer and originator of residential mortgages. Company's purpose is to dream of home ownership. I know what I got to look at. You know what you want to look at here. They don't break it out though. Oh, hold on 1 second. They might. Yeah, see what's going on here. So check this out. This is still a shot. But see the originations. Originations are 1.9 billion and services are 1.3. Services are great business, folks. But the bottom line is that originations at 1.9 billion. Originations are coming down, man. I mean, that is no doubt. Couple of targets want to look at Carvana. This is going to turn into a meme stock. Let's see. Okay, so this is up. Look at this, up 22% today. Oh my God. So the low for the last 12 months is $3.55, $3 that is, and 55 cents. The high is 167. This came, I think it started last Thursday. Yeah, so Friday. Friday it went from $6 to $8. Today it went to $10.05. Last swing point is $11.90. Yeah, I mean, listen, this can get up to like $12.74 or something, but if you're trading it intraday, that's one thing, man. I wouldn't be buying it. That's the bottom line. Let's go over and take a look at Exxon. Exxon's coming out with their numbers tomorrow, 6:30. The low for the year is 74. The high is 117. That's the past 12 months, rather. We take a look at it and put this on a weekly. Yeah, this wants to go to the bottom of consolidation, man. So, you know, you're dealing with basically 103. Right now you're at 113. If you go to CVX, okay, which, you know, bottom line, they already come out with their numbers. You can see that's down another $4.94 today. Yeah, they're both going to the bottom of consolidation. You know, 3 days ago, Chevron was at 187. You're at 174. The bottom of this consolidation is down here at 167. So, you know, bottom line is that it does want lower price. That's how this thing is being set up. Let's go take a look at the indice volume, because there's no doubt the ETF volume is light out here. Indice volume is 480. So that's going to be about maybe 800. The composite is at 4.2, so that'll be about 500. That's going to be light volume, but as I said earlier, you close at the lows of the day, and that's saying that, guess what? Bottom line is that this is going to go, that it'll continue to lower price. You know, because the market itself is going to be waiting to see where the Fed goes. And my take is that it's going to be status quo, meaning status quo, 25%, 25 basis points rather, quarter percent next time, because I don't think, my feeling is that people really don't understand that if we have a 5% Fed fund rate, as that moves through the marketplace, it's going to be pretty intense, man, because with a 5% Fed fund rate, we're going to be at like almost 8, maybe over 8% on 30-year mortgages. Dow Industrials right now down 223, Nasdaq off 201, S&P's off 46. Come right back, folks.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 241. Nasdaq's off 210. S&Ps are off 49. Let's go look at the composite and just take a look at see where we're at here. So composite also, yeah, you can see what happened is that this is turning, right. See, look at this. This is so intriguing because the composite, that's it's 1, 2, 3. The composite's been up to ICE 4 times. ICE on the composite, 11,566. Composite, I mean, ICE, folks, just means that is heavy resistance, okay? You've come down, you basically go sideways a bit, and you drop the next leg down. But this is saying that, hey, guess what, man? This is really tough for it to get over those levels. And, what does happen, like on this particular case, the more that you fail, and in this case, we did fail on price and volume, and particularly the third time, it makes a difference. Because what ends up happening, it loses its strength, and then all of a sudden, boom. You get a little strength to the downside, you get a little more push to the downside, and then you are off to the races, and you're accelerating to the downside in, a pretty intense way. So we're going to close at the lows out here today. What you can expect is that, the volume will pick up a little closing at the lows because they'll start firing stuff off coming at the lows. They were at 50, so you can see the SPYs, it's accelerated. You're at 56 million. It's still light volume, but the bottom line, you are accelerated. We go to the Qs, and this is where the Qs, more than likely, are going to have the volume. Because the Qs right now, you're at 43 million, and you're going into 51. Still not bad. Still not bad. But what does happen is that now you are also in the lower range. And when you're in the lower range, you know, it's like, okay, who's going to buy before the Fed tomorrow? You know, I don't think it's going to be a sideways day. It doesn't have to be a disaster, but bottom line is that people want out right here, right now. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 a.m. Great show, folks. Look at him, folks.